here are 10 Pinterest alternatives that have a combined reach of more than 36 million visitors every month. So welcome to ProfitCopilot.com. Mick Meaney here, and first, take a look at this. If you want to see how I got over 30,000 website visitors every single day for free, go to ProfitCopilot.com and discover the same strategies that Matt used to make over $2 million online. Okay, let's go to the computer and take a look at the traffic level of today's websites. So these Pinterest alternatives are getting amazing levels of traffic. Some of them are absolutely crushing it, as we'll see in the next few minutes. So the first one on the list is called WeHeartIt.com, and it gets over 5 million visits every month. Let's take a look at this website. Here we can see that some of the latest content is getting epic levels of engagement. 24,000 likes, 39,000 likes, 24,000, and even if we scroll down here, we can see that some of the content here is still getting pretty decent levels of engagement. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into how to use this. So if we sign in to a free account, we've got a few options. Now, what I'm going to do today is show you how to use this one, and then I'm going to leave it up to you to figure out the rest, because they all work in pretty much the same way. So when you know how to use one, you'll know how to use the others. The difference being with WeHeartIt is, unlike some of the others, we have lots of options, lots of ways to drive traffic. So for example, if we click this plus icon, we can post an image, write an article, or add from URL. So this is all pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to dive in to each of these, but let me give you a little tip on how best to use these. So what I want you to do is take advantage of the search bar on these websites, and I want you to search for something relevant to your niche. So for example, we could type in, let's say we want keto diet. A little tip here is with this drop down list, this is going to tell you what type of content is already on the website and probably what type of content is performing best. So for example, we know that keto and keto diet are probably a topic that the audience here is interested in. So for example, if we go to search for keto, let's take a look. This first one, this image was posted 5 hours ago. It's already had 52 hearts or 52 likes. So we know that there is an audience on this platform interested in that topic. Also, take a look at the collections here. Take a look at the number of hearts and followers, and that's going to give you a good indication of what the audience here is interested in. So you want to make sure that you match the message to the market. So that's WeHeartIt.com. Let's move on to the next one. So the traffic levels for Dribbble.com are well around the 15 million visits a month mark. Pretty decent levels of traffic here. More than decent, it's epic levels, right? So let's take a look at Dribbble.com. So I don't feel the need to sign into each one of these and show you how to use them, because as I've already said, they all work in pretty much the same way. But do take a look at the level of traffic some of this content is receiving. So this piece of content here has over 200 likes, 30,000 views. Let's take a look at that. So that is a pretty decent piece of content there that's getting a good level of exposure. And remember, all of this is free. And perhaps unique to Dribbble, we can use this in multiple ways. So for example, if we go to where is it? Let's go find work. Okay, so we have a job board. So you can find work here. You can post freelance projects. You can make money on this website. So they've also got a marketplace. So if any of these industries are of interest to you, you might well be able to get some work on here, make some money, provide services, or hire designers and freelancers for your projects. So this is a little bit more than just a Pinterest alternative, and that's Dribbble.com. Okay, next up is pearltrees.com. It gets around 2 million visits a month, pretty epic levels of traffic by anybody's standards. So let's take a look at this website. So this might take a little bit more explaining because it's slightly more complicated than some of the other platforms on this list. So when you sign up, you're going to have this dashboard. It looks something like this, and mine is empty, and that's by design. So I want to show you how to build collections, how to drive traffic using this platform. So first of all, take note of the search bar. Just like on other platforms, we're going to search for things that might be relevant to you and the audience that exists here. So we find the overlap. Now I've put in SEO, and we can see that there is interest here. Or we could go for something a little bit more mainstream. It's really up to you. But what I want you to do is get a feel for what works on here and what doesn't. So if we click on this one, we can see that, yeah, there is activity here. So we might want to work with this collection. Now what we could do here is team up. So if we click team up, we could be able to collaborate on this collection. So we send a message to the admin and make our case. However, on some of the more popular collections, they're going to be bombarded with people wanting to get in there for marketing purposes. So this is probably going to be a hit and miss strategy. However, let me show you how to make your own collections. So if you click on my collections, here we can see that I've already added that one to my collection. Now I don't need that, so I'm going to drag it over to the trash, drop it in there, and it's gone. Okay, so now we have a nice empty collection to start from scratch. So what we do is click this big icon there and choose what we want to add. So we can create a brand new collection, give it a title, that kind of thing, or we can import from Facebook, Twitter, Dropbox, My Drive, My Computer, Bookmarks, or we can add a web page. So we can paste in the URL here. It's going to pull in some of the copy. We can do the same with Twitter and YouTube, or we can upload images. We can choose from Giphy, Flickr, Twitter. We can add files or add notes. Now for driving traffic, I'm going to suggest that you create a collection based around a specific keyword or niche. Then you populate that collection with things like web pages and images. And then your collection, when it starts getting traction, should turn up here in the search results. Okay, next up is hometalk.com. Now this is for people interested in DIY and home related projects. It gets over 6 million visits every month. Let's take a look at the website. So I understand that not everybody is going to be interested in this niche, so we're not going to spend long on here at all. I just want to make you aware of it. If you are involved in these type of niches, then this could be a good option for you because it is a very popular website. So that is hometalk.com. Let's move on to the next. So next up is mix.com, and we can see that it's declining in traffic at the moment. I'm sure that will bounce back in time. We see these fluctuations across every website, so that is nothing to worry about. I do know that this is in fact a really high traffic website. So that's why I'm recommending it today. And this is Mix.com. Now we can see that people are getting enormous levels of traction on this platform. So this chap here, Elliot, has had over 16,000 likes. Again, Mary's had 16,000 and GC has 14,000. So there is a lot of traffic, a lot of engagement to be had on this platform. Again, we don't need to dive into how to use it. It works in pretty much the same way as the others. So that is an option for you, Mix.com. So next up is Designspiration.com, and it gets over 500,000 visits every month. This is the website. And this is all about creativity and inspiration. So what I recommend you do is take advantage of this search bar. It's going to populate a drop-down list with some of the most popular sections. However, don't be limited by this. Feel free to type in something like marketing, and it's again going to give you another drop-down list of things that the website believes is popular in relation to that keyword. So let's just take a look at one of these. Okay, here we've got a piece of content that's been uploaded from SEO Coach. So there we have a link back to their website. So, oh, by the way, this gives do follow links as well. So it does pass link juice. So Design Inspiration could be a good option for you. Okay, next up is GentleMint.com. Now this is for male-related niches and markets, and as you can see, we're getting over 50,000 in the last month, less than 50,000 in previous months. So this is really niche. I understand that. But I do know some of you guys are in male-related niches, so this is going to be of benefit to you guys. For example, I've got a handful of students who are in the beard oil niche, and they're absolutely crushing it. So this one is really for you guys. And I've got a couple more who are in the camping niche. So let's take a look. So here, if we take a look at what topics are covered here, we can see DIY, woodworking, survival, fishing, everyday camping. There we go, camping, grilling, outdoor tools, electronics. So take the time to explore this list. If there are any niches here of relevance to you, this could be a good source of free traffic for your website. And in fact, I've got probably about 20% of my students interested in things like weight loss, weightlifting. So you guys pay attention as well. And that website is called GentleMint.com. Okay, next up is DepositPhotos.com. It gets over 20 million visits every single month. Crazy levels of traffic. So let me show you what it looks like. Now, this is sort of like Pinterest with a twist. So you can actually make money from this website. So they're looking for people to contribute photos, and then they will pay you for those. So how to get information on that is if we scroll down to the bottom, we've got this footer navigation. Here we have two options: become a contributor and sell stock photos. Now, if we go to become a contributor, it's going to ask you to sign up. It will enable you to do that, or you can head back and then sell stock photos. It's going to take you to a different form. So what I recommend you do is try both avenues and see which one is the best fit for you and your content. So that is DepositPhotos.com. I'm including it here today because while it is a Pinterest alternative, it's also going to help you create some income passively So you upload your photos once you become a contributor, obviously, and then you get that reoccurring income. So next up is juxtapost.com. Now this is one of the oldest Pinterest alternatives that has been around for a long time. It gets over 50,000 visits a month, and it looks like this. So let's take a look at some of this content, because if we click on this post, we're going to get this pop up here. And now the headline here is a link to a website. So if we click on that, it's going to take us elsewhere. Oops, it's not loading for me at the moment. Oh well, so that's juxtapost.com, one of the longest running Pinterest alternatives around. Then next up is foodgawker.com. This gets over 250,000 visits a month. As the name might imply, it's really for foodies, but this gives you an opportunity to be creative with the type of content that you post. For example, you could lean into a niche, perhaps focused on healthy recipes or keto diets, that kind of thing, brain-powered food. It's really up to you, but this is an option for you, and I would encourage you to be creative about the content that you post on here. Now, not only do we have Food Gawker, but I'm going to show you a whole heap of other Pinterest alternatives for a wide range of niches. Because if we click on the burger menu here, we have this Gawkerverse. So we have even more niche Pinterest alternative websites here. So you might find something of interest to you here. So Craft Gawker, Dwelling Gawker, Food Gawker, Style Gawker, Wedding Gawker. Lots of options for you there. But listen, the really important thing with this or any marketing strategy is that you have to be consistent, because when you are consistent, you can achieve amazing results. Take a look at what Matt has done. He's made over $2 million using my secret traffic methods. And if you want the same traffic methods for free, head over to profitcopilot.com/traffic or click the link in the description or the thumbnail on screen. Now, thank you for watching. Hope you have a fantastic week. See you soon.